sure I forgot something. Well, I think I need a holiday after all that. And that's just what I'm going to do over the next few days. Hiya, how you doing? It's Jimmy here. If you haven't seen me, I'm converting that van into a camper van. Now it's been parked up over the winter. It's now June, early June 2022, and I'm just going to take it out for a try because it's been parked up over the winter. So as normal with me, I don't know where I'm going to go and I don't know for how long. We'll just play it by ear. Now the van's all been serviced and it's taxed and it's MOT'd. Actually it's got 13 months MOT because I post-dated it, which means I MOT'd it before it was actually due. Now it's nearly 6 o'clock and I've just arrived in Spittal, which is just south of Berwick, and hopefully that looks a bit bright, but hopefully you can see it's a lovely place. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn the camera off and I'm going to adjust the jiggery pokery on it so you can see. I'm not sure if I've improved that or made it worse. Yeah, I think that's a bit better. What you can see over there is BERWICK-UPON-TWEED. You haven't got to get confused with North Berwick, because that's about 50 miles away near Edinburgh. This is BERWICK-UPON-TWEED. And some point over the next few days I'm going to try and get to that pier, the red and white pier over there, because apparently there's dolphins here and that's the best place to see them. So it might not be tomorrow, but at some point I'm going to try and get over there. Now I've just arrived, so I'm going to get my tea. Well, good morning, campers. It feels a long time since I've said that, but first night went really well. Slept like a log and was warm enough, and I've only got this very thin quilt on, summer quilt. I didn't think it would probably be thick enough, but it was fine. No problems with the cold. The only problem I did have, I got horrendous acid. I think that's because I had a bit of a treat. Seeing as I was on my holiday, I had a treat, so I had a bar of chocolate and a beer, and I think it caused me acid. It was so bad actually that I had to get up about 3 o'clock and get an acid tablet, and it was tipping it down. It was pouring with rain, and I'm parked underneath a couple of trees, and with the rain hitting the roof and the droplets falling off the trees, it was making quite a noise. Reminded me of the story of the couple who ran out of petrol. Well, you've never heard that story? Well, can't leave you hanging. It was apparently a true story. I'm not sure if it was, but it was supposed to be a true story of a couple who had been out for the day and they were driving home on the evening, and they were going across the moors and the woodland area, and they ran out of petrol. So the man, being a gallant man, said he had a can in the boot and would go for petrol. Told the girl to lock the doors and don't open the doors to anybody but him, and off he went for petrol. Anyway, it was getting on, and it turned dark, and it was a misty, foggy night, and the mist was forming droplets on the trees, which is why it made me think of this story. And it turned dark, but not wanting to flatten the battery, she just sat in the dark. Anyway, a little while after it turned dark, the car started to move violently and there was banging noises on the roof. well, banging noises. She didn't know it was on the roof, but banging noises. And obviously very frightened, she didn't open the doors. And a short time after that, a car pulled up and shone its headlights onto her vehicle, and turned out to be the police. And then a couple of minutes later, some more police came, and then some more police came, and it ended up half a dozen police cars, all parked in a semicircle, shining their headlights onto the car. And they were armed police. They had rifles pointed to the car, and one of them had a megaphone and started giving instructions to the girl. And the banging subsided for a while, so the police told her to get out the car very gently, not to make any sudden movements, and to walk towards the police cars. Under no circumstances had she to turn round and look at the car. So she did, but when she got halfway towards the police cars, her curiosity got the better of her, and she turned round to have a look, only to find an escaped mental patient from the nearby mental hospital was banging the severed head of her boyfriend off the roof of the car. Now, all you solo travellers, don't have nightmares. It hardly ever happens now. Anyway, last year when I was at a very beautiful spot, very scenic spot, that I would stick the camera through the skylight and show you where I was staying. Well, I'll do that now, just to let you see where I stayed last night. So here we go. Not exactly picturesque, is it? But I managed to catch the owner of the land as he was going home, or she was going home, not he. And I got permission to stay here, so I thought at least I wouldn't get the knock in the middle of the night, and so I've stayed here. It's the back of a cafe actually, and I'm going to go in when she opens and get at least a coffee, possibly a breakfast, and then what am I going to do today? I don't know yet. I'll get back to you later. Well, I've just finished my breakfast at the cafe where I stayed last night, and had a bit of a word with the owner, a lovely lady called, and I was explaining to her that I was doing a video and I would give her a bit of a plug on YouTube, and she said please don't. So I'm afraid I can stay but you can't. She doesn't want the place to be overrun with camper vans, and I've got to respect her wishes, so I won't be saying where it is or the name of it. So I've moved a bit further down the coast, and I'm still in Berwick, and it's a lovely sunny day today, and I hope you can hear me alright because it's very windy. So what a fantastic beach, would be ideal for the paddleboard if it wasn't so windy. So I think I'm gonna go exploring on the bike now, so I'll get back to you when there's something interesting to show you. And I thought I'm going to go exploring on the bike and probably do a standalone video of that. So we're going to explore Berwick, and I'm going to try and get to the end of the pier and see if we can see any dolphins. Oh, the water looks turquoise today. It's lovely. There's the view of the bridges. Oh, there's a seal. I hope you can see that. There's a seal just in front of, about 20 yards away, there's a seal looking straight at us. There we go, if we turn right here we should be back on the riverside path. There we are, we're back where we came over the bridge. I think I'm going to have a sit in the sun for a minute. Well, I've got nowhere to be and I've got nothing to do but sit in the sun and have a coffee. I love it. While everybody's at work. I'm in a shaded bit here and it's still windy. But it's lovely. I hit on lucky every time I come to Berwick. It seems to be the weather's good. Great. Long may it continue. Really lovely place. I love it here. And there's a nice van. I wonder who owns that. Well, it's day 3 and I've moved on to Eyemouth. It's still a very windy day and it's not very sunny today. It's actually cold, so I'm not going to do much today, and I've already been in Eyemouth before and shown you that, so I probably won't film from Eyemouth much, but I'm only staying here 24 hours and I'm going to move somewhere else. I went for a little bike ride yesterday. I'm not going to put the whole bike ride onto the campervan trip video. I'll make a separate video for that if you're interested. So as I say, I'm only going to stay here for 24 hours and then I'm going to move on. I don't know where yet, so we'll see you later.